What is going on, traders? And most importantly, what is going on to the AMC stock family? Now, yes, we will be talking about the $2.7 billion. What does that even mean? Well, let's get into it right now. So, over here, we have the shares of the IWM ETF currently sitting at $238.67, up almost 5 points on the day, or also representing almost 2% on the day. Now, if we go just all the way down, we see that the top 10 holdings, which represent 2.94% of the total assets or their total holdings, equates to AMC Entertainment being ranked first in the list. I cannot emphasize how significant this is because right now many people are doubting AMC, and yes, there still are doubters, do not get me wrong. However, over here we see that the top 10 holdings, in fact, just number 1 on the list is AMC. Now, this may be surprising to some, this may be shocking, but in all honesty, AMC is getting better fundamentally. And actually, I do believe that they had this holding way back before AMC was trying to get better fundamentals onto the balance sheet. Now, if we also go down just a little bit, we can also understand that there are other companies that are pretty good. For example, BlackRock, and we also have Crocs, and we also have more of these companies right over here. And we do see that there is a lot of diversification. So some people, they do worry about diversification. What if this ETF over here is not really that diversified? Well, no need to worry, right? Need not, because we have stocks representing almost 100%, right? Let's just round that. So really, not really a lot of bonds. So in that portion, we don't have a lot of diversification. However, if we go to the sector weightings percentage-wise or the industry weightings percentage-wise, then here is what we got. Okay, so the basic materials, yes, 3.74%. Consumer cyclical, we got 10.99%. And then over here, real estate, financial services, etc., healthcare, utilities, communication services, energy, industrial, and technology. So over here, this is where diversification comes into place. And so with that said, hopefully this clears some of it up. Anyone that's still doubting AMC, well then here it is. We have shares of the $238.67 a share ETF currently has AMC as ranked number 1 or one of the top 10 holdings in their ETF, which for those of you guys that do not know, no need to worry. An ETF is just simply a basket full of a lot of stocks, and the IWM definitely has a lot of stocks. So to see AMC ranked in that top 10, that is absolutely phenomenal. I know I mentioned in the beginning that we would talk about that $2.7 billion, and so here it is, right? We are going to be talking about these short sellers, how much they lost on AMC and a lot of other meme stocks. That's where that $2.7 billion comes into play. And it's not even going to be right over here, because right over here, we're actually going to be talking about the options activity. Now, in the previous video, I know that I said that I was waiting for AMC to go to at least $44.45 a share. That was level number 1 for any traders, short-term traders that would like to take advantage of the price action. And then the next level would have been that $50 a share range, because that would be level 2. Now, again, I also did state that AMC is a long-term buy and hold for me. However, for those of you guys that would like to take advantage of a short-term trading, then those are the 2 levels. And I also did state that I don't think AMC will be hitting that $50 level in just one day. I didn't even say that AMC would hit that $44.45 level in one day either. However, it actually did almost hit that level. It was just a few cents off, just about 10 to 20 cents off. Now, if you go to the AMC options activity over here in the homepage, I would like to mention that we don't have it on the homepage, right? We have stocks like Tesla, the S&P 500, even Wells Fargo. We're starting to get a mix of these banks and even Amazon and QQQ. So again, that same pattern as we had yesterday, these tech stocks and these big cap stocks. So when is the money going to start flowing into the small cap stocks? Well, again, need not to worry, because over here in after hour trading, this is also another pattern that I've been starting to understand, is that AMC actually does go a little bit higher in the after hours trading. It was just trading at the low $40 share range, right? $39.73. But in after hours trading, we're already back at almost $41 a share. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this is because yes, we have the stocks and we have the derivatives. So $3.2 billion today came in with a 77.2 million volume, or in other words, volume represents how many shares. These are not actually representative of the amount of people trading AMC, but rather the amount of shares being traded. And as for the derivatives, we have 213.7 million with a volume of 955,000. Now again, the November 5th, 2021 call options, which expire this week, November 5th, which is a Friday, totals to 11.5 million. Now yesterday, I believe that this number was lower. And as long as more money starts flowing into these option activity chains, that will indicate, again, it's not a guarantee, but that should usually indicate what the sentiment is for the overall trading. And with a good sentiment, we can get a better idea as to where AMC will end for the week. That's really the ultimate goal. It's not to get an exact price target yet, because right now we are not close to that $50 share range. Right now we are not close to that $44.45 a share range, right? We were in the very early morning. We were at about $43.66, except when we're going to go on another trading platform, it actually shows that we were at $44 a share and hovering around some cents. But just look at the division between the call options and also the put options. We have so many more call options flowing in rather than put options. And at this point in time, it really is just a battle between the hedge funds and also the AMC retail traders. And so now we are at the charts. And no, I'm not going to be talking about the charts too much and not the technical analysis because we actually talked a lot about that yesterday, right? So there's no need to really go over the same amount of knowledge that we went over in the previous video. So over here, we do see that AMC did indeed go to about $44.25 per share. So we were very close to that $44.45 a share mark, but we did not go there yet. And that is absolutely okay because right now we are just about hovering. Now, this isn't really the best candlestick that we want to see just because it has no clear direction. It has no clear indication as to what this candlestick wants to do. However, because we are in the month of seasonality, we have seasonality on our side finally. We are in the November to December timeframe where the holiday seasons are approaching, and they usually mean that there will be a much more positive sentiment around the equities market. And this is not just what I'm saying, but this is actually proven. November is historically a good month in the stock market, at least that is what statistical data has shown in the past, based on a lot of collections of previous months and how the S&P 500 has performed in the month of November. And so over here, that is why I think that if it does decide to go down, I will decide to accumulate even more shares just because I'm going to be betting on the seasonality. I do believe that by the end of the year, AMC will be trading higher than the number that we are at right now, which is $40.71 a share. So again, this is just my opinion, and remember, I'm not a financial advisor, but if it does decide to go back, let's say it decides to go all the way back to $36.30 a share, that's where I ended up buying last time when I ended up going to that demand zone. And so if we have this demand zone getting hit again, then I will decide to accumulate more just because I do believe that there's so much opportunity in this one equity that I do not want to leave it alone. Enphase was another equity that we decided to take advantage of all the way since last year, buying it at $122 to $129 a share, and it is now currently sitting at $236 a share. Yes, there are so many opportunities, but I also do see that same opportunity or similar opportunity with AMC, meaning that I think that if I decide to buy the dip, I think that it will be rewarded in the near future. Now we're going to end up hearing what a lot of these analysts have to say. Analysts bring a different perspective into the stock market. They let us understand the perspective of hedge funds because they have been working with these hedge funds, or they may have been working with these hedge funds. So take a listen as to what a lot of these analysts had to say because they will be talking about other stocks and what happened to them because of earnings. This is also very, very important. And over here, you're going to be listening to stocks that went up 150%, even over 150%. Now again, the significance of this is because AMC also has earnings soon, and we are very close to discovering whether AMC will have an explosion just like Bed Bath & Beyond did and just like ticker symbol AVIS did. You guys will hear all about that right now.
An after-hours alert on Bed Bath & Beyond shares surging after the company strikes an e-commerce partnership with Kroger. A couple of other names popular with the Reddit crowd also getting a boost. Check out moves in AMC, up 11% right now, and GameStop also higher by about 7% right now, both really jumping in just the last half hour or so. And check out what was on an absolute tear today. Shares more than tripling at its highs of the day before closing up just 100%. I say tongue-in-cheek. The car rental company, Avis, posting solid earnings beat yesterday. But Karen, you say something else might have happened here. This is a fascinating story.
Yeah, so I saw it, up 100%, and I saw, okay, earnings, it must have been good, and then it was up like 150%, and I thought, well, okay, it must be a squeeze. So I had seen numbers anywhere between 21 and 37% short, which normally says to me this is a squeeze. So I called my broker and said, listen, I don't have the cojones to do it, but if I wanted to short, could I get a borrow? How much would it be? They said, yep, no problem. There's 100,000 if you want it, and it's, it's our lowest price. That was kind of surprising to me. Then I noticed there's one large shareholder, SRS, and they own, I think, 32 some odd %, which makes them, I believe, a Form 4 filer. I'd be very curious to see whether they owned it, whether they sold into this or not. But here's the thing. So it used to be like a week ago, maybe, if you wanted your stock to move, an EV manufacturer, that was a great way to have your stock move. But now you don't even need to manufacture EVs. All you need to do to move your stock is just say that you're going to rent them. And then you don't even actually need to rent them. You just need to say you're going to rent them, whether or not Tesla, whoever agrees with you or not, that's going to move your stock a lot. That's insane to me because it used to be not that long ago when you would sell to the rental cars that was like, those are fleet sales, those aren't as good. But everything is different now, apparently. So this one, I think it's probably a short, but I do not have the fortitude to short it. But good for SRS. That's a huge home run.
fortitude. It is a family show after all. The CFO, interesting, and to the point that Karen was making in terms of maybe not even renting them at all, they didn't actually announce anything